After we lighten and darken, now we want to look at areas that maybe need to be a little bit warmer or a little bit cooler. We want to change the hue and the color of specific areas. So again, I'll make a new layer and I'll call this warm and cool. And I'll set my blending mode to hue, because that's what we're affecting. And then what I'll do is I have to get a warm color or a cool color that I'm going to paint. Now, to get colors to show up, what's called swatches or palettes, what I'm going to do is click on the foreground background color, and click on that, and I get what's called a color picker that shows up. And here I can cycle through a variety of hues and saturations and luminosities as I go through here. And I want to pick a warm color or a cool color. Well, here are some warm colors right here. And then we bounce off to the other side and we start getting some warm colors back up here. And here are cool colors right in here. So I'm going to pick a kind of a warm color just to show this. So maybe a red, like so. I'll just click on that area and you can see it says this is what it was currently, or this is what the current color is, and here's our new color. And I'm going to say OK. And then you should see a red square now, or whatever color you've chose, show up here in the foreground color. And then again, what I'm going to do is take my brush tool. Okay, right here I have a very soft brush and a kind of a low opacity. And I'll say, well, maybe I want to, make this a little more bold. So I'm going to go in here and you can see I can just start bringing that out a little bit more. Now this is way too much. You can see how it's really affecting those colors and it just doesn't look right. So then what I can do again is take my eraser tool and go back in here. Make this a little bit smaller. I can go back and I can kind of erase that and pull that off. So I can just hit certain areas there that I want to warm. And again, I can do the same thing here. Go back here, my brush tool. Maybe I want to warm this grass a little bit. Okay, that looks a little too much. So again, kind of a low opacity. And just kind of paint that on as I go across there. And again, you should see subtle changes as you turn the layer off and on. And again, that looks a little too much. So I'm going to eraser tool, I'm going to back this down. I'm going to go over this area and pull some of this back. Okay, and I can do the same thing with cooling. I'm going and clicking on this again, get my color palette, my color picker up there, pick a cold color like a blue or a green, pick on that, and then maybe I want to make that lake look a little bit colder, a little bit more, so I'm going to go in here and take my brush tool, again, kind of small, kind of a low opacity, go in here and just kind of take that warm glare out of that. Maybe I want to cool this rock a little bit. And go back and cool this area in here. Now see, that's a little bit too much in there. You can see how it's affecting those colors. So again, I can take my eraser tool and just go back over it. Let me bump this eraser fairly high, go back over there, and I can take all this out again. Okay, like so. So that's warming and cooling. So again, you're going to choose a warm color or cool color and just paint just like you did before with the lighten and darken.